Here's today's Craigslist finds. I went to go get them and the guy said just take them, so oh, thank you very much. This is a Westinghouse like 1920s radio transmitter. I've got no clue how this works. It looks weird. We got controls for tuner, vernier, tickler, and then detector, filament, something, and amplifier volume, I guess. Very weird. And you can see your 3 vacuum bulbs in there, and they're actually loose. The plate that they're mounted on has like broken loose, so these are loose. Actually shown a light in there, and it's pretty empty. There's not much in there, just a bunch of wires and weird contraptions like this rototubulates in there. Kind of interesting, but I kind of doubt I'll ever get this to work. It's so ancient. It's so older than stuff I usually look for, but it was free. I couldn't resist. See, you've got connections for your... This would have been battery powered because they didn't have... They couldn't make AC powered radios. They were all battery powered. So it looks like this would use 2 or maybe 3 batteries if one of these is common ground. Kind of interesting. Here's your antenna connection. And then this is what I went there to get. This was a RCA, like a late 30s radio. It's pretty neat. Has the standard deteriorating plastic on the buttons. Look at that. Crusty. Yeah, those buttons are finished. Electric tuning, tuning eye. The tuning string still is good, but it moves around a little. It's in fair shape, but it has some scratches and stuff, but it's pretty good for the age. And it's pretty basic inside, only 7 tubes. It's no 19 tube radio here, but it should be good. I never understand what this is. RCA radios have this in the late 30s and 40s. I don't know what this is all about. This little scale here. And it's got your standard big speaker with your little output transformer with lots of dust on the top. It is a model 97-K1, 80 watts. You see the asbestos sheet there underneath. And here is the tube chart. 7 tubes, including the useless tuning eye, which I never count because it doesn't really do anything for the performance. It's just like a visual thing. I guess we'll power it up now. I'm feeling the urge to just plug this puppy in and turn it on and see what it does. So I've got my light bulb set up here, my dim bulb tester. This is monitoring the voltage going into the radio. So here we go. Make sure there's no obvious shorts in the power cord. Here we go. All right. Right, we are going to find the power switch. Light bulb's coming on a bit. Voltage goes down. And it's rising. I hear hum. A bit of hum. All right. Dirty controls. Ooh, look. All right. So why is there an extra light that comes on? Oh, I hear static. Ooh. Okay, so what's the deal here? How do you get to the regular old tuning? The buttons are sticky. Crispy. There we go.
We'll head over to a lock. Begin over in Richmond. There's a malfunction on the Maury swing brake.
Okay, I got it.
It's blocked. That's why you're clogged up, and unfortunately...
They're vacuum sealed. You can't open those jars. They're so tight. The big old barrel in a general store, you'd roll up your...
Now, local news update. The group representing... Still limits on how much alcohol you can buy at BC Alcohol.
So, it works. Let's see.
33,000 members began job action last week with picket lines at BC liquor distribution branch centers across the region. The limit on how much...
There you go. So here's the chassis. It's out. It looks decent. There's not much rust. But first, there's this piece of shit. Yeah, this is going straight in the trash. Nice and clean now. Might have to clean this off, but here is the chassis. This is just a weird design. This magic eye tube, it sticks out like all the way out here. And you got these push buttons. And the dial face doesn't come out. That stays in there. I had to just take this off. This was resting on a little metal piece. But the dial string is still good, which is very nice, because look at that. Look at all that string. That would be a pain in the ass if it was bad. And this radio works. It works. I just need some capacitors, and then it'll be good and going. This is one of those old style tubes. Found it, the elusive dead spider. You just can't have a tube radio without a dead spider. Look at that. Oh, that's one of the finest dead spiders I've ever seen. Oh, so classy. It comes out just very simple. 4 screws on the front. And remove a few of these things and some wire. Man, this is... Here it is. I bet this still works. What could possibly fail? It's just wire, a few of these rheostats, some transformers, no resistors, no capacitors. The only thing that can really fail are the tubes. This is just so primitive. It's all just wires and then very simple stuff. The only thing that can fail are these tubes, which will probably cost about $6,000 a piece. And then you got whatever this is. This is it could be a resistor or a fuse. It could be a resistor. I think that's what that is. I've heard they had socketed resistors in the 20s. I don't know. And these tubes don't have any markings. This one says, oh, it's so faded you can barely read it. And then this is loose because right here there's some deteriorated rubber. There was 2 rubber strips that went from here and then to the back on both sides. And these are just baked. See that? That was rubber in 1920s. That was rubber. And it's just baked. So I need to make something to go in there to hold this so it doesn't just fall out, because the only thing holding it are the wires. But anyway, this is pretty neat, but I doubt I'll have any real use for it because it's just so primitive. It can't even broadcast sound. It'll just broadcast your telegraph Morse code stuff. Look at this. On the side, there's a little hole there. You can see the construction of the inside a little bit. That's pretty cool. It's all silver except for this little area. You can like... Interesting. Got the last tube out, which had the loose glass. The glue's all crusty. I'm going to put some fresh glue on that so that won't like break. But you can see this one is baked. That is baked. That has gotten hot. This must be the final audio output stage. Or not audio output, RF amplifier. Yeah, that is baked. Just looking at this is very nice construction. The screws that hold the front panel in don't screw into wood, they screw into metal. So you can remove this as many times as you want without stripping the wood, because it's metal. That is just so good quality. The build quality is excellent on this. Like, it's very primitive, but it's very well built too. It'll last forever until the tubes go bad. You got these posts, like you stick a wire in there and then tighten it down. And there's this metal thing, so you can tip this on any angle without like the tubes damaging anything. It's pretty cool. It has 3 jacks on the front. I don't know how you'd plug that in. Look at this. This is a standard 1/4-inch guitar or microphone jack, and look. Perfect fit. They still use these in guitars. And like, they're from the 20s. That's good that I can use this though, because if this was a weird plug, it would be really annoying. But now I can just grab an old guitar plug and cut the end off and then have a thing for it.